So a lot of times you'll have a range, right? So you'll have a scope. So you have a scope of IP addresses that you can use. If that scope is not enough, you'll have exhaustion, meaning that you've used all the available IP addresses that you have for that range and for your network. So you want to make sure that when you're doing IP address and when you're setting up a network that you actually have enough IP addresses to cover the entire amount of devices that's going to be on your network, and you actually want to leave some IP addresses reserved and left over just for expansion, right? Because more cell phones might come, more laptops might come, more printers may come, and they're all going to need an IP address. Hey man, stop moving. Should have tied you up better. It's super important to make sure that the range is accurate, right? Because you don't want to have what happened in this scenario. You don't want to actually run out of IP addresses to give to devices. So like I said, you want to make sure that you have not only enough IP addresses for right now, but for the future as well. So scalability. Scalability is super important because it means that you can actually be cool right now, and when you scale, aka grow, you actually have enough bandwidth, enough IP addresses to cover those new employees that's going to come with those new devices. You are a network analyst for Master I.T. You notice that several devices on the network have been assigned an IP address. The IP addresses were not assigned by the DHCP server on the network. After much investigation, it seems the IP addresses are coming from a server that you are unaware of. What would this be defined as? A DNS retraction, server reversion, rogue DHCP, SNMP reroute. So a rogue DHCP server is a server that is not authorized to give IP addresses to anybody on the network. Now sometimes they can be malicious, other times they can just be inconvenient. So rogue, meaning that it's then done its own thing. Instead of it being authorized by you, the IT professional, it is actually rogue, right? It doesn't belong there and it's doing whatever it wants to do. Now it may be giving out IP addresses, or something else that can be a rogue device is when somebody brings a home router from the house or from somewhere else and actually plugs it into the network and it's not supposed to be there. So rogue is the optimal word. So a rogue DHCP server is a DHCP server on a network which is not under the admin control of the network staff. It's a device such as a modem or a router connected to the network by a user who may be either unaware of the consequences of their actions or may be knowingly using it for attacks such as a MITM or a man in the middle. Some computer viruses or malicious software have been found to be set up by rogue DHCP servers, especially for those classified in the networking category. So as clients connect to the network, both the rogue and the actual verified authorized DHCP server will offer them a IP address as well as a default gateway. If the device decides to take the rogue DHCP server's IP address and gateway, then that device can be controlled by the DHCP server and be sent malicious stuff and stuff like that. So that's one of the reasons why you want to make sure that you have security in place to where you can see when rogue devices are on your network. Hey gang, if this video helped you, make sure that you watch my last video, which can help you not only get into tech, but level up in tech. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and head over to itmasterkey.com where you can get certified in 30 days. Other than that, I'll see you in class.